Hey, Glenn, let me ask you, what was it like working with David Bowie on the Glass Spiders tour?
Oh, oh,
Uh,
oh.
it was great. I took that job a couple of weeks shy of the end of Serious Moonlight, the tour before.
Mm-hmm.
I took over for Bobby Schneider for a minute. And then the next tour happened, and I was already encamped with Carmine and Alan and Chuck and his band, Carlos.
Right.
We were doing lots of local New York City China Club hangs. Won't say much more about those.
Mm-hmm.
You know, back room, ledge, VIP, giant piles, blah, blah, blah. So it was amazing. It was amazing. And Carmine Rojas, for anybody who didn't know from first names, who I was talking about, really easily one of the greatest bass players on the planet. Enriched my career for 6 years in a row, solid, from Julian Lennon's first two tours into the Bowie camp, John Waite camp, Patti Smythe Scandal camp, local, almost successful Dutch Angle camp. We worked as a team, Carmine, Alan, Chuck, Carlos. Well, not really Carlos, because he belonged to David. But the three of us, and me and my partner, Andy Spray, a guitar tech, did everything together for almost 6 years.
You guys were quite the niche. Yep.
Yeah, so the Bowie thing or the Carmine thing, I mean, David will always be, probably right at the top of the most decent superstar I've ever worked for, because, aside from showing up for sound check with his driver / security guy in the passenger seat with David driving, he'd be like, he'd get out of the car, we do sound check, he'd come out to catering for dinner and sit with the crew,
Oh, yeah. I had tea with them backstage at Radio City.
I'm telling you, David was the most, and he was fucking funny.
Yes, he was.
So he would, I'll never forget what impressed me the most about him. So on the Glass Spider tour, there were three teams. There was A, B, and Universal. Universal was engineers, backline guy, LD, and B and C were vendor people from
leapfrog team, so you could move stage, leg, and
right.
audio.
We're rigging teams, cart teams,
mm-hmm.
stage building teams, etc. So, and God rest Benny Collins' soul, he ran B because Michael Ahern was running the Universal. But so he would come out to dinner, and like I was saying, no matter which team it was, obviously the Universals were always there, and that total was like 182 road crew, with all three teams. He knew everybody's first name.
Wow.
Everybody. He would sit down at a table and go, "What's up, Glenn, you handsome bastard? How's dinner?" And I'd be like, "Everything is good, DB." He'd sit for a minute, make a few jokes, make us all laugh, go to another table. "What's up, Clark? How's things in the audio world?"
Yeah.
Knew everybody. How impressive is that?
That alone is impressive, besides the fact that he's going to get on stage every night and crush it,
Had the Universal team, all of 14 of us, up to the castle in Geneva when we were close enough. Iman hosting a dinner party for the crew. I can't say enough good things about David. When he left this planet, I was fucking crushed. So, yeah.
Yeah, what's funny is that I live pretty close to where he lived, and we would see him occasionally, like in the grocery store or in these weird little stores here, and there's an art store in town here. We'd see him there, just buying art supplies and
right
kind of things, keep him to himself,
Very approachable, if you ever wanted to. So.
And how long did that tour last for you?
Start to finish, it was, 18, 17 months.
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, the world, the US, over there again, and then a few more US markets. So yeah, by the time it was all, I mean, that includes breaks, but yeah, employed by him for almost 2 years. You know, that's probably the longest run of one artist.
Who was the support act on that?
There really wasn't. It was an evening with those shows.
No shit.
I mean, he had a lot of times he'd have guest appearance guys come up, like
that would perform like a song during the show.
Like when he felt like it, Charlie Sexton would come up and they'd do "I Want to Be Your Dog," or you know, in Switzerland, in Monaco, Julian came up because you know David's band was Carmine and Alan and Chuck and
same group of guys
who were Julian's band too, and you know Bowie meeting John's kid. Yeah, let's bring him on stage. You know,
sure.
Saying I think Young Americans for a young Brit. Yeah.
Oh
So,
wow.
Yeah.